Hey everyone, it's Rebecca from New Hampshire Knits, formerly the Knitting Unicorn, and it is Sunday. I don't know what today is. November 22nd. It's 9:30 in the morning. I am sitting outside in my backyard property. It's big. Next to my fire. We had a huge bonfire last night to burn up a bunch of yard waste and some trees that we had to cut down um, to make room for future stuff that I'll talk about. And the fire is still hot and going since 5 o'clock last night. So um, I thought I would sit outside. It's 30 something degrees out, but super toasty next to the fire. So here we are. Behind me is a big pile of mess of stuff that we've cleared the yard with. So hopefully that will go away in the next spring. But yeah, this is my yard. So one of the reasons I wanted to purchase a property with a few acres is because I want to raise fiber animals. Um, I have been doing a ton of research and chatting with people I know who raise sheep and goats and alpacas, and I have decided that I want to raise alpacas um, for a lot of reasons. Primarily, I am very sensitive to wool, and I really can only wear superwash wool close to my body, and you can't really process your own wool and make it superwash. It's just such a harsh chemical um, process that it's not something you can do like at home. Um, I could probably have a mill do it, but I don't plan on having enough fiber to do that. So more things I have to look into. There are some co-ops that will gather all the fiber together to process it at a mill, but long story short, I've decided on alpaca. I don't want to raise animals for meat. I don't want to breed them. I really just want to have some animals for fiber and as I say pets, but they're still livestock. You're not gonna go snuggle with them and treat them like a normal pet, but still somewhat pet-like. So I've settled on alpacas, and it's gonna take some time for that to happen. It's not gonna happen overnight. I probably won't even have animals next year. Um, I mentioned that we've been clearing the land back here because we do have a few acres, but a lot of it's wooded, and I need to make a little space for a barn and be able to fence in some pasture. So that is the current process. Next spring and summer is going to be a lot of prepping the land, making sure the soil can sustain good pasture grasses. Ah, the smoke was cooperating, but anyway. And then probably late spring 2022 is when I'll actually bring animals onto the farm. So I've also been learning how to process fleece. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen my disastrous attempts at processing some sheep fleeces. It is not easy. I've also tried to learn how to spin. Not easy. Some of you guys make it look so easy, but it's not. And I'm starting to think that I will be either selling whole fleeces, a combination of whole fleeces and yarn that has been processed at a mill, because even though I don't plan on having a ton of animals, I'm not going to have a ton of fiber. I don't think that I have it in me to process and spin it myself. It's just not my thing. But stay tuned if you're interested in learning more about alpacas and raising alpacas, or you're interested in purchasing alpaca fiber in the future. Again, it's not going to be for a little while, but just starting to get the foundations in place for that. So, anyway, moving on to knitting content. It has been a while since I've podcasted, like a month. I was trying to stick with the 2-week schedule, but uh, it's been a little difficult with my schedule. Things have been a little crazy. Work has been crazy. My everyday job, it's gotten very busy, so I have not been knitting nearly as much as I wanted to, as well as not having time to podcast. It's hard to find the time when it's quiet to do that, especially because there's still house renovations going on. I've been putting up drywall in the kitchen this week, so it's been crazy. Anyway, on to knitting. So, first things first, what I'm wearing. I am not wearing anything new, even though I have FOs to show you. It is a little chilly out, so the sweater I made, I didn't think I wanted to wear out here yet. But I am currently wearing the Campside Cardi by Alicia Plummer, the Paris Toujours shawl from Isabel Kramer, and my underwing mitts from Erica Hauser. Here, let me just put this coffee down. The underwing mitts by Erica Hauser. And these are knit in Barrett Wool Company Home Fingering. The green color is called Scout, the white is Picket Fence, and this gold color is an Unknown Mini. Can't remember where I got it from. It's actually from a kit that I got for underwing mitts. I made another pair of them for a friend, and this is one of the colors from there. But anyway, so underwing mitts by Erica Hauser. I love these so much. I wear them all the time. I knit them a while ago. I would say back then when I knit these, I was a very tight knitter. So the first pair I knit were tiny. I could not get them on my hands. I gave them to a friend who has very thin hands. I re-knit them, and I used, like I said, the home fingering, which is a lot thicker. I mean, I would say it's more of a sport weight than a fingering weight. And I also did it on, I want to say size 3, US 3 needles, or 3mm needles. It's on my project page. But I definitely went up like 2 or 3 needle sizes. I knit continental, so my knitting now is not tight, but it is definitely like to gauge and not loose. So I would still recommend, if you don't have super dainty hands and you want to make these, going up in your needle size, possibly your yarn as well. But the home fingering from Barrett Wool just made such a nice colorwork pattern. I just love it so much. And it feels a little bit rustic, but still soft. It doesn't bother me at all as far as being sensitive to non-superwash wool. I believe this is still superwash, but it has that nice kind of woolly feel still. I love them so much. My Campside Cardi, can't really see, but it's got the eyelets in it. This is knit in Traveling Yarn DK. More smoke. In the color Opera Cake. And I love Traveling Yarn. Her Less Travel Yarn. Her yarn is just beautiful. And then my Paris Toujours, designed by Isabel Kramer, is also knit in Traveling Yarn DK, and this is the colorway Lafayette. And it's like some mauve, dusty pinks, a little bit of orangey pops in there. This is one of my absolute favorite things. If you've been a long-time viewer, you know I've made several Paris Toujours in various yarns and weights. This one's probably my favorite. So, those are what I'm wearing. On to finished objects. I have 3 FOs to show you guys. Oh no, my coffee's getting cold. Oh well. So I have two sock whips. Let me put these on blockers. I'm just gonna put one on a blocker. The first pair is the vanilla sock I showed you guys last time I was working on. I don't think I had finished it last time. Just a plain vanilla sock that I made for Chris, and it is Lolo Did It. The main colorway is Hippo for Independence, and it's a gray base with red and blue speckles. And the heels and toes are also Lolo Did It in the colorway Sriracha. I bought a full skein of that, oh God, almost 2 years ago, and I use it a lot for heels and toes. It's seemed to have coordinated very well with a bunch of sock yarns I've made or used. This is her everyday sock base. Is it? Actually, I think this is the plush sock. And the other sock I'm going to show you is the everyday sock. I believe this is plush sock. This was gifted to me. Um, Typically, I buy the everyday sock base from her. It has a little higher nylon count, and I believe this one has tencel in it. But it's very nice. He's been wearing these quite a lot, and I've put them through the washing machine. I think I just threw a fuzz in my coffee. Um, so, when I wash my socks, after I've made them and I block them, I don't really block them after the first time, mostly because I've gotten lazy. When it was just me, it was fine, but now he wears, I've made him 4 pairs of socks now, and he wears them all the time. And I just can't, I don't have enough sock lockers, and I just don't have it in me to hand wash them all. So I throw them in the washing machine with the regular laundry, and then I hang them to dry. And these have held up really nicely. There's only a tiny, tiny bit of pilling on the heel, but those are just like the little hard pills that you can just pull right off. They don't damage the sock. And the main body of the sock you can see is, I mean, it looks almost like I just knit it. This yarn is amazing. I love Lolo Did It sock yarn. And so yeah, it is an FO. I have two. And then the other sock I finished, I think I showed this to you guys, but this is the Hello Sunshine sock designed by Tracy Miller of the Grocery Girls. And this is also Lolo Did It. It's so pretty. So the faux cable runs down the outside of the instep. The other side does not have the faux cable on it. And it's got the faux cable, and then this, it's pretty much seed stitch panel all the way down to the toe. And these were a very enjoyable knit. I like a sock that is mostly plain vanilla, but with a little interest, maybe a little lace panel or something down the side. It just, get away from me. It just keeps it interesting. Like I said, Lolo Did It. This is Hippo for Little Celebrations. Mani Petty, which I believe was June, or June colorway for Hippo for Little Celebrations. And I don't know what the heel and toe color is, but it is also Lolo Did It. It was a sock set, so the coordinating color was already chosen. This is the everyday sock base, and I would say it's holding up the same way. I've worn them quite a bit, washed them the same way, and there's virtually no pilling, very little fuzziness halo going on. They really turned out nicely. So I love Lolo Did It sock yarn. I already said that. I also love Tracy Miller's sock patterns. She's got great sock patterns. you think I made a little bit of a mistake here, but nobody will ever notice. So yep, and I do have 2 of those, and I love them. So yay! So those are my 2 sock FOs. And then my last FO, you guys seen a few times, but not finished, unless you follow me on Instagram, which is New Hampshire Knits on Instagram. This is my V-back DK. Who made this? Or designed this? Hold on. Bear with me. V-back DK by Jamie Hoffman. So this is a top-down yoked sweater. The back is V-neck. You can actually wear it either way. If you see the pattern on Ravelry, you'll see people wearing it both V in the front or the back. It's originally designed to be in the back. I have not decided which way I like it better, to be honest. Mine has a little more fabric on the V side. I don't know if it's supposed to. And so with my bust size, I think it fits a little nicer that way. But I also made the back slightly longer. So usually if you do that, the back is a little longer than the front. But if I wear it V in the front, then it's longer in the front than the back. So I'll probably be wearing it the intended way, like this. I did make a few modifications to this. Excuse me. What did I do? I believe there was some additional waist shaping here that I skipped because I wanted it to be pretty loose through the torso. And I also added length to it. One of the options for it was there's a bunch of short rows in here. You can really get that effect down here. And then the option for adding length is, well, there's a few places where she says you can do it, but I did it after those short rows, and you can see there's a little bit of straight knitting across there. I really like the effect it gave it, so I did add some length there. And I also did a split hem here. Because I added the length, it comes down around the upper part of my hips, so I wanted to make sure it wasn't pulling. So I did a split hem there. Excuse me. And I made the sleeves, they're just about 3/4. They're just slightly past my elbow. So they come to, well, pretty similar to this. This is a length I like a lot. So they're about the same. And this, I think it came out pretty well. I like it. This yarn is Primrose yarn in the colorway Whatever the Weather, and this was introduced at Rhinebeck 2018, and it's the Marquess base, which is an MCN DK, and it's super soft, and I really like it. Yeah, that's all. I do think, again, this is just my body type, I think I should have put some bust darts on this side of it because it is a little tight for me here, but that's my own fitting issues, nothing to do with the pattern. I think it was a very, very nice, well done pattern, and yeah, I really like it. So those are all my FOs. Okay, on to whips, of which I have quite a few of. So, gosh, where to start? I have been a complete sock ADD situation. I have found some more socks that I had started, some more UFO socks. The first is, I believe this is Scrumptious Pearl in the, I think it's Kiss Me I'm Irish or something Irish colorway, which I got a couple of years ago for obviously St. Patrick's Day. And I had them cranked into, or maybe it was from Freckled Whimsy. Well, anyway, Freckled Whimsy, she has a sock cranking service, and I had like 3 skeins of striping yarn that I didn't feel like knitting, so she cranked them for me. And I had put the cuffs in them and then kind of forgot about them. So I came across them last week, and I put the heels and toes into this one, and now I just need to put a heel and toe in this one. And that's in the works for that. And this is in this cute little sock sack that Amy from Happy Little Yarn made me. So that's one sock. The next sock you guys have seen 1,000 times is this one. It's just a vanilla sock with a 3x1 rib cuff. I'm doing them 2 at a time. This is the Link colorway from Whips on Sticks Legend of Zelda Yarn Club. And I'm almost at the point of putting in the heels, which are in this coordinating color. So that will be very soon. Maybe. I do have Christmas socks that I started that I have to get through as well. We'll get there. I then came across this bag, and I said, what the heck is in there? It's a bag full of sock whips. 3 of them. So, this is, I don't even know what this is. These are all, not all. 2 of these are yarns that were gifted to me from a D-stash. These 2. They're very pretty. I believe this one's called Poison Apple. I don't know what this one is called. I thought I had the tags, but I guess I don't. And these are like socks that I just work on when I need some mindless conversation knitting. I always just cast on some vanilla socks to have. So this one is getting close to the toe, but there's only one. This one has just the cuff done. It is very pretty though. I should really work on this one. And this one is just on the heel flap. This is Blue Moon Fiber Arts. I don't remember the colorway, but it's very pretty. So I can't guarantee that I'm going to work on these a whole lot, like actively, but I do want to remember that I have them so I don't cast on more pairs of vanilla socks when I need something to knit on that's mindless. The next thing I want to show you is some Christmas knits. I actually started these last year. I'm hoping to finish them. These are going to be a gift for a friend. These are actually they're a hoe. These are the Farmore fingerless mitts, designed by Skein-Deer, and this is also the Barrett Wool Company home fingering yarn. These are the same colors as my Underwing mitts except for the orange. The orange is also, I mean, it's the same Barrett Wool home fingering. But these are the Farmore mitts. They're not the same yarn that she has in her pattern, but they're definitely the same colors. I've just reversed them. In the pattern, she has the white as the background and the greenish color as the petals. I just flipped them. So I am on the second one, and like I said, these are a Christmas gift for a friend. And I'm knitting these on size 2 ChiaoGoo's, 3.0 millimeters. And yeah, I really like them. I very likely might make another pair of these for myself in another color. So yeah. It is supposed to be warming up now, but it's starting to feel colder. That's okay. We're almost done. I'll show you my Christmas socks. So I'm making Chris a pair of shorties for Christmas. I'm almost done with this one, but I actually ran out of the green. I had to order another mini skein. Again, Lolo did it. I made myself a pair of fingerless mitts last year out of the same colors. So it's Lolo did it in the colorway Joyful, and the mini is called Lucky, and this is also the everyday sock base. So I'm almost done with this one. I'm like, I don't even know, 6 rounds away from being able to Kitchener the toe. So while I'm waiting for the green to arrive, since it probably won't arrive until, I don't even know, they said December 11th, I started the other sock. So sadly, I just reached the point of adding the heel flap, so now I have to wait for the green. So those are Christmas socks for Chris. And then I also have this yarn I got last year. I made my friend Nikki a pair of Christmas socks out of this yarn. This is Silent Night, I think, Holy Night, something like that. Also Lolo did it, and this is the Sparkle sock. So I'm going to make myself a pair of Christmas socks out of this yarn as well. I might finish up the Farmore mitts first and then do that. And then the last thing I'm working on, it's kind of gone in timeout because it really requires a lot of concentration. But I showed on Instagram the yarn I got. It's so pretty. And I'll try to put a picture in because I took a picture of it before I took it out of the package. But the yarn is dyed by Dells. And these are the colors. I have a lot more, but just to show you. And I'll show you in the ball caked up. I think you get a good sense of it there. And I cast on the Active Duty sweater by Max the Knitter. I don't have much to show you guys. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 rows. Ignore the lime green, that's my provisional cast on. The pattern doesn't call for a provisional cast on, but I don't like picking up the stitches from a regular cast on, so I did a provisional. So this is like right about here. This is a colorwork sweater that looks like camo, and it's really cool. I'm very excited about it. This is going to be for Chris. But I will say, it's the colorwork chart, because it's camo, it's all random. It's not a memorizable or repeatable colorwork pattern. So you have to really focus on it, and I have really struggled to do that lately. Like I said, things have been crazy, work has been crazy. When Chris's son is here, he's the cutest kid ever, but it's hard to concentrate on a pattern like this when there's a lot going on. So that has kind of gone in timeout until I can really focus on it, which I'm hoping is soon. So I think that's it for WIPs. I'll show you a little stashquisition. The sweater is in my Wild Strand handcrafted bag. This is the Midi Finch, and I've gone on a Wild Strand handcrafted kick lately, and I need to stop myself, but I love her bag so much. So like I said, this is the Midi Finch, and this is in a flannel I love. And then I also, after I got that, she put this camo waxed canvas bag up that I had to have. This is the big one, which is a tote, and I'm actually using this as my purse right now. It has a lot of ashes on it from this fire, but it has 6 big pockets, 3 in the front, 3 in the back, and then inside it has 3 more interior pockets. It's huge, and I can schlep all of my crap around, plus I can fit a couple bags, project bags in here. So when I'm out and about or running errands with Chris, you know, we've been doing so much home renovation, we have to run out all the time to the dump and Home Depot and Lowe's and blah blah blah. And I sit in the car and knit, and I usually throw a couple of my project bags in here, and everything fits, and it's wonderful. And then I have ordered something else from her to match is the interchangeable needle case. This is so pretty. It has rose gold hardware. I love it so much. And I'll show you the inside. Look how many needles I've got in there. That's 2 sets of the ChiaoGoo small set, which is size 0 or 1? No, 2. 2 through 8. I've got 2 sets of those, and then 1 set of the large. It's 10 through 15. I did have to put a couple of the needles in the big pouch, like the size 13 and 15 are in the big pouch here. They're not in here because they're just so fat. I couldn't get them in with all these needles, which is fine. I don't think it was intended for me to shove all these needles in here. But I was able to, and that's awesome. And it fits both sizes. You can see I have the 4-inch and the 5-inch in here. And it fits them fine. And then there's a pouch in the back. I have all the cables in here. So those are all in that pouch. And then there's a zippered top up here where I have the rest of the notions, the needles and the T-pins and the cable stoppers. And then you'll see I have the a few of the larger needles in here. It has a really pretty fabric lining. I don't know if you can see that very well without me dumping everything out. But this thing is amazing. It's, first of all, just very well constructed. If you don't know Wild Strand handcrafted bags and cases and stuff, they are very, very well made. And this thing holds everything. I mean, like I said, it's pretty much 3 ChiaoGoo sets in here, plus the hardware and cables. I have a ton of extra cables I've purchased. They're all in here in this nice size little pouch, and oh my god, I love it so much. Love. And I may have ordered one more bag from her that hasn't come yet in a red buffalo plaid. Very excited. So those are the things I've bought over the last month, and then I just got yesterday. I said I wasn't going to buy more yarn, but I saw this on Instagram and I had to have it. This is from Valkyrie Fibers. These are 2 self-striping gobstopper balls. From Lauren of Valkyrie Fibers. This is her tag. I don't know if you can see that. And these are, this is High Twist BFL. Are they both BFL? No. So this is the BFL. I love a good BFL sock yarn. And this is from her Middle Earth series, and this is Thranduil. And it's 80% superwash BFL, 20% nylon. Oh my god, I love this so much. And it's like a maroon, chartreusey, green, yellow, green, gray, brown. Love, love, love. And then the other one, it's very similar, but it's a little more greenish. this one. And this is the matte sock base, which is, I'm going to finish this up because the wind's picking up and throwing this smoke and ash into me. Anyway, if you are a fan of Lord of the Rings, I'm sure you can see that this is the colorway called Treebeard. It's perfect. And it's a golden mustardy color with a couple different variations of green. So pretty. So again, Valkyrie fibers, self-striping, absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to cast these on. Clearly they're going to be socks. I was originally intending this to be a sock for Chris and this to be a sock for me, but now that I'm looking at them in person, I think I'm going to flip it. These will be for me and these will be for him. Yeah. So that is all I have to show you guys. I do have some more squishy mail coming soon. Like I said, I had to get some more of the green from Lolo Did It to finish my Christmas socks. And I also ordered another colorway from her for Christmas. And then I also ordered some yarn from Teeny Button Studios. She did the cutest Christmas colorways based on the movie Elf, and they came out amazing. I wanted to buy all of them, but I couldn't, and I had to limit myself to 2, and I ended up getting a different holiday colorway of hers, and then the one I ended up getting from Elf was called Smiling's my favorite, and it's actually like a yellow. It's not very traditional Christmas or holiday colors, but I just loved it so much, and that's one of my favorite parts from the movie. This one, Smiling's my favorite. So I got that one. And hopefully they'll all be here for the next podcast and I can show you all that awesome squishy mail that's on its way. As well as the new bag I ordered from Wild Strand Handcrafted. I need to stop buying stuff now because I need to finish renovating my house and get ready for alpacas. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for hanging out with me on this chilly morning by this wonderful fire. And hopefully I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Hopefully. If not, it'll be right after Christmas. So have a great Thanksgiving. Everyone stay safe. And see you soon. Bye. Go away! Seriously.